Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Way That I Love You podcast. I'm your host, Will Music.
And I am your host, Sherona.
And we are always excited and delighted to be with our family in podcast land.
That's right, my love.
Yes.
Excited.
Now, if this is your first time tuning in, I just want to let you know that we are a hot, and I mean hot, sexy marriage podcast. And we talk about marriage, our marriage, life's ups and downs, and how we navigate through it from our perspective.
You got that right, baby. Listen, like my honey said, we use tools, we power up and activate one another. Yes, right.
Yes.
We go out, we listen to other couples, and we create our own way of doing things. And we want you to, take hold of some of the tools we're using. And if it can apply to your marriage, you go right on ahead. But if it can't, my loves, that's okay. Just put it in your back pocket and give it to somebody else.
Oh, yeah. Now, you know how I like to start off the party.
What? How you like to start off the party?
First, I like to give honor to God, because without God, none of this will ever be possible.
That's right.
And then I will also like to give shout outs to our global family.
You know it, baby.
You know it, baby.
And they know who they are.
Yes.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
They are.
North America.
North America.
South America.
South America.
Africa.
Africa.
Asia.
Asia.
Europe.
Europe.
And Oceania, baby.
Oceania, baby. We see you out there. You know the drill, everyone out there. We appreciate you. We love how you love on the Way That I Love You podcast.
Hey.
How you spend time with the Way That I Love You podcast. How you talk to all your friends about the Way That I Love You podcast.
Yes.
We are listening. We are hearing you. We are just enjoying you. We see those numbers. We get so excited.
Yes.
Remix.
Hey, we're so excited for this new episode on today. We're hanging out with the Whites and the Armstrongs, and we out here at a pool party.
Yes, we are.
We are enjoying ourselves, putting our feet in the water, and we decided to name this episode Pool Party.
Yeah, so this is season 4, episode 15, Pool Party. Let's jump right in, or let me say, let's splash right into the action.
Baby. All right.
What he call us to do?
To sacrifice one for another. To love one for another, to put ourselves before, and that's the sacrificial offering that you're giving your spouse. That's the number one thing that you can't downplay. Because if I can die for you, die all my needs, and I'm saying needs for what I need and what I'm saying, and give you what you need, and you're giving me vice versa. We're sacrificing for one another. I got your back. But that helps the commitment grow even more, because now I'm willing. It's a willingness to commit, because it is hand in hand.
And the covenant it's on cruise control.
The tricord thread.
It's on cruise control.
Right.
And it almost goes like,
it's for the joy set before you.
and when you get that, because God tells us, He said, I think it's 1 Corinthians or 2, He said, consider yourself dead to you and alive in Christ. That's what she just said. She considered herself dead to her needs, her wants, her desires. Not that she's like just giving them up willy-nilly. No. She's willingly doing this. But He also does the same. So therefore, that's that bond, that thread that holds everything together, and you're just walking this thing out. Because what happens is nothing's bigger than you guys. Nothing is bigger than, who said that about the kids?
Well, I did. Nothing's bigger.
Once the kids got it, everything fell in place. Why? Because they saw it. They saw it. When they see that you're really committed to God, okay. Ain't no need to deal with them or try to get them off kilter because it's not going to happen.
Right.
So it's that same principle.
And Michele said something. I shared something with him. I was like, Will woke up and changed the number on me on his offer. He had an offer, and I was like, he woke up and changed the number on me. And I was like, with the bed, we talked about a number, and I was like, he just told up. He said, babe, I'm putting this number out there, and I was like, okay. We prayed about it that morning, and you said, what did you do? I said, that's the number he said. Then that's the number we're going with. But it was just, even if I had something going on, if this is something he wants me to trust him in, then I'm just gonna trust him in. And like you were saying, my wants and I'm sacrificing even the thought process, because I told you I'm a thinker. I think ahead of stuff, but sometimes I can't think ahead of it. I have to just kind of go with what is set in place, what he wants.
Right. You said
next door. I hear somebody's voice.
You said that he said he was going to pray about it. No, once he said he prayed about it, there's really nothing else to, that's it.
That's it.
Because you understand now you understand the whole purpose.
Right.
You understand the whole purpose, everything. So you know that God placed in us ahead. So when you understand that, that He's going to put God first, then you not only have faith in God, but God is also showing you how to have faith in Him, which.
Right. As he follows God, have faith in Him.
Exactly.
As he follows God.
So, like, we were going over something today, right? And I was in my flesh, and I said, "Well, this is how I want to handle it." And she said, "Well, how did the Holy Spirit say it?" And I'm like, "I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but sometimes you just got to be truthful." That's me, right? And then I was driving to the store.
No, you told me my response was, the Holy Spirit leads you to all truth.
Yeah, and I had nothing to say because I know she's right. But I know. Then I was driving to the store by myself, and I said, "You know what? She's right. She's always right."
You hate those times sometimes.
No, I don't hate it. Actually, I love it because that's why. That's her job. That's what she's supposed to do. But it's up to me to allow her to be the influence that God has put. And she can only do it if I'm sacrificed. Because at that point, I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew why I wanted to do it, and I knew I was right, and I was right. But being right,
it's like what? The ways of a man seem right, but in the end...
and I know being right, I could be right and I could still be wrong.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what, she's right. So I'm gonna let her handle it. And I did. And she showed me some things. I was like, it's good. You said it way better than I would have said it. But sacrifice. Because especially for a man, that's not an easy thing to do. But I did it willingly. And almost like I was glad that I was able to do it because I knew she was right. And I could see the logic and the wisdom in what she was saying. But there was a time before this, even though I would have knew what she was saying was wisdom and logic, my manhood would not have let me acquiesce to that. I'd have been like, no, I'm right, So that's, everything comes, This thing with sacrifice, I don't think it's overnight. Very few people.
It didn't even take Jesus overnight. It took him 33 years. So what makes us think we're going to
and 3 years of ministry.
And you just said a key point that it took him 33 years to build up to the ultimate sacrifice.
Yes.
And people can grasp time in the natural. 33 years, a person can calculate 33 years and should feel confident that I don't have to beat myself up to understand what this sacrifice is. I'll just go through the process and trust God and know that He was able to make the ultimate sacrifice at the end from God's will and was victorious. I'm made in that same image and have that same, he deposited that same power inside of me to be able to overcome the world and not be absorbed or overwhelmed by the world.
Exactly.
So Michele, when we were talking earlier, we were saying people that aren't married or a common law marriage, and we were saying like they, who are we to try to make them? Who are we to say they can't come to certain groups and all, right?
Right.
But if we can show them, like you just said, the process of being married, the process of the sacrifice, and say you don't have to get it right then and there,
Right.
you know. And I think sometimes we were saying that maybe that's why some people are afraid to get married, because they think that they have to get it right then and there. But you can start. The first thing is to start in understanding. I'm willing to learn the process. I'm willing to go through the process, and without any expectations of someone telling me I'm doing it right or wrong.
Or judging them.
Right. No judging.
Because a lot of people come off judging because they're already in position, or they think they're in position. But like, why do we forget where we come from? Right.
And they need that because that's how they're going to learn. Seeing the examples set before them, which requires us or anybody else to be transparent and be honest about what they went through and share what they went through, so that this couple doesn't have to go through it, or so they can learn from it. So if they go through it, they know what to do and how to get out of it.
But think about this too. Those people that live some of those people that live in common law marriage that won't take that next step because they're afraid of losing themselves, which is the definition of selfishness. So sometimes, if you by understanding what sacrifice is, it can actually open up your eyes to at least allow you to know, I don't think I'm ready for that. I haven't reached that level of maturity, or I don't think I can be committed to this person in that manner. I don't see myself being committed to this person in that manner, for whatever reason that may be. But knowledge is knowledge. Okay, so knowledge is good, and if that knowledge lets you see that you don't possess something, or this person that you're with, it's not something that you think you can ever get to that sacrifice, well, it's fine. If you make the right decision and say, well, you know what, we need to go our separate ways. Because now I do understand a little bit about sacrifice. I do understand what they're saying, but I don't see that with us. I don't see us getting to that place. And I have a better understanding why we won't get married, because we both feel that way. We don't want to lose ourselves.
Right. And we talked about that in the Matrix. You get the self pill, the red pill, or the blue pill in the marital matrix. So you're not willing to, you're okay with doing you.
The way that you do it.
The way that you do it.
And sometimes that's okay.
And
because marriage is a ministry. Marriage is a ministry because we're walking in the total image of God. It's like all powerful, all nurturing. When you see the married couple, you see Christ. You see the Father. You see the Son. You see the Holy Spirit. You see it all, because that is what He wanted to do. He wanted to be in fellowship with the people. He wanted to show Himself. So He gets to show Himself.
And that doesn't mean perfection.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
And that's
I think if more people were more transparent about that part, then more people would be drawn to hang out and associate with people who want marriage.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of people get this image that you have to be, or that they think they're perfect, or they don't.
Right.
They present themselves, because we see them and they're always smiling. They don't know your story. They don't know our beginning. They don't know your beginning. They don't know your beginning.
Or my Monday.
Right. or they don't even know about the attacks that you go through preparing for a podcast.
Right.
Or preparing for getting ready for anything that we're getting ready to minister to a couple. You don't know the attacks that I go through. So just because you see me and it looks like I'm together, that's that third chord that you see.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
And I was going to say too on the sacrifice tip, when we were talking about couples that are together and don't take their next step and sacrifice, like when you said it, Ron, it's like so many levels of sacrifice, because when you were speaking, I was seeing the couple that's not ready or procrastinating to take their next step because they have to sacrifice and detach from previous experiences. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you holding on to these experiences? Why are you holding on to these thoughts?
They gotta be healed from that.
They got to be healed from
They gotta
it.
seek that healing
And you
out.
got to be willing to sacrifice yourself to allow yourself to even release it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that's the truth.
a lot of times they don't get the counseling, they don't get the coaching, they don't get to hear that because they get shunned because they don't have a ring on their finger. Like they really don't. They don't attend stuff for singles because they don't consider themselves single.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not single. We've been together 15 years.
Yep.
So who's taking them in and giving them this wise counsel?
That's why when we started,
Who are
our
they
group,
following?
we had this for married couples, but also for engaged couples.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because if you're engaged, you
need to know where
need
you
to
go.
see some
You need some
wrong
guidance.
stuff.
Right.
You need some
We
guidance.
probably wouldn't be if we didn't have
Right?
you guys. We wouldn't be married. We probably wouldn't be married today. Maybe we might still be living together. We might still be living together. This might still be my boyfriend.
Kevin said no. He
Like,
said I
"Hey,
was
my
going
husband, you can't tell me what to do."
They came in.
Okay, good.
Everybody was like, "Whoa!"
Okay, good.
But that was good. I loved it because they
There's
were
like-
so transparent.
Because how can you ever get fixed if you won't say what's actually wrong?
Man.
You know, if you say
I'll be the first to tell you, y'all heard my testimony, I was a fool. And I put the emphasis on the damn, look, I was headed to hell fast, you know. And my whole thing with getting saved, I was not trying to miss hell, and I wasn't trying to go to heaven. I just wanted to stay married because I knew I'm gonna jack this marriage up because fidelity was not there. It just wasn't. But I knew I'm gonna jack this up. I do not have it within me to keep this thing together. I just wanted to stay married. And I think for me, that's how God showed me his power. Because he met me right where I was at. Okay, that's how you ain't worried about heaven, you ain't worried about hell. Okay, cool, that's cool. I'm gonna meet you right where you are. You just want to stay married. Alright. We just gonna stay married. That's all I wanted, and that's where he met me at. And the rest just came along, incrementally. Wow, he really did that. I mean, I don't feel like messing around. I don't,
Right.
this and that and the other. And from there, it was like, okay, now I got your attention. Now I could start to minister to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And we can, you got what you wanted now. And that's what he wanted, but now I'm gonna start, because now you gotta do something for me. You gotta take what you've learned and spread.
And distribute.
Spread. The greatest compliment, and I always tell her, the greatest compliment I ever got was from my oldest son. He said, "You and Mom make it look easy." I was like, "Wow, really?" Yeah. I'm like, "Well, thank you, but it's not."
we like a duck on water.
But I get that, and I take that, and coming from you, my oldest son, I'm like, because he was saying, "That's what I want." He was saying, "That's what I want. That's what I'm shouting for."
But even from that, he learned something.
He did.
From that.
He did.
He did.
He did. He learned.
Being transparent is, if more people were transparent, more learning would come about. And
Absolutely.
right, like one of the, like earlier we were talking about the beach, the nude beach. Would you be afraid to walk out there and bare it all? People are afraid of being seen, like how they really are, like what goes on behind closed doors. I mean, some people can speak openly about it, be transparent about it, but a lot of people are definitely afraid of people knowing what's going on behind their closed door, what mistakes they made, because they're afraid of being perceived as weak, or they're afraid of being judged, or sometimes because they're doing a lot of judging themselves, so they don't want people to find out their dirt. They want to keep their skeletons. But when you're able to speak freely, instead of when you hear somebody speak freely, instead of condoning that person, when you celebrate that person because they were able to share that, open up about that, although it may have been embarrassing, and they get to the point where they can share it openly, that's helping somebody. If it's a crowd of 100 people and it's 50 couples and it helps one couple, then it helped.
That was good enough.
It helped their testimony, their transparency, their openness, just putting yourselves out there. Yes, I was this. Yes, I did this. Yes, I did that. Not bragging about it, but this is what I was, and now this is what I am.
Right. That's who I was.
Right, and that's where God gets the glory.
Truly, all things work for good because I got some knowledge from that stuff. Because I can look back and say, "Geez, good Lord, how did I make it this far?"
And that's what you would say too, because in reality, we know the scripture. All things work together for our good, for our benefit. All things. It says all. All means the good, the bad, the indifference. All things, because every experience that we have throughout our life is for a purpose. We're finished products. At the end of the day, we're finished. We're finished. We're going down this road for a second time. It's already done. Everything we have need of, if we move according to God's purpose, guess what? We'll stay on the right lane. But He knows when we're going to step to the side. And you know what He does? He provides a way of an escape. So we return right on back to the path.
It's like this. It's like this pool that we're in. We're putting our feet in this pool, and there's all these ripples.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's the good, the bad, the indifference, all things.
And He sacrificed it all, knowing that He's dealing with a bunch of knuckleheads.
Like these people, why? Why do I love these people? Why?
And that's why they tell you during your wedding vows, for better or for worse.
For worse.
They let you know in sickness and in health.
Right.
They let you know that you get this right here, but you're also gonna get this.
What the guy said you signed up for.
You gotta take
but
this.
But really, do you really contemplate when you was taking your vows? Did you really? I mean, when I say by taking it, you say I do, but did you really think about what you were saying I do to?
Nope.
I know I did.
I did.
I didn't think about the I do part.
I thought
I was thinking about the I do
intently because, like, I remember when we first started dating, and I was sitting there. I remember vividly. I was sitting on the ground, and she was like,
"Is that before or after the $2,000?"
That's a whole nother story.
Right, that's another story. And she was like, "You got a girlfriend?" She said, "You got one now." I said, "Okay." You got a wife? No, you got one now. I was like, "Yo, I didn't want to mess up." Like, so I really thought about it, even like up to that.
But why didn't you want to mess up? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Because I was at a different point in my life, and I had more wisdom than I had previously.
And what else?
I had examples around me this time. And that's what was different.
I was going to say that.
I really did have
role models
involved, honestly, with a small group. That was something I'd never had before. So I was able to listen to others. I was able to listen to their wisdom. I was able to pick up key points. I was able to see myself in some of the mistakes they talked about. I was able to see myself in some of the accomplishments they spoke about. And it really is good when you have others around you. You know, surround yourself with what you want to be.
Yeah.
Right. So we talked about having role models and trying to get into you know, just having people around you. I think Kevin had talked about
Kevin started to talk about people that inspire you, that you can learn from in your marriage.
Yes. So we asked if this is us true about role models, because we all have that special role model or people that we looked up to. And we talked about television, y'all. Let's see who their role model was on TV.
In other words, I'm not.
My wife and kids. My wife and kids was one I used to like watch. I watched it later, but I remember. I think for me, the thing that was so interesting about it was like the family dynamic was. It wasn't like from a husband-wife standpoint. It was like they were always joking around with each other, which I always appreciated. And I think there's just a lightheartedness to marriage that I think people definitely need to appreciate. But more importantly, the family dynamic was definitely different than what everybody was used to. It was definitely there's a lot going on here, but they always took it in stride, and I always appreciated that. It's like, you got this kid might potentially have gotten somebody pregnant, this one's doing this one's doing that, and everything's just like, it's a lot. And like, while nobody wishes that on somebody, because, you know, at the end of the day, it comes with its own problems, seeing how they were able to handle it and like really keep that family unit was definitely something like I had to tip my hat off to them, and just how they were able to just to go through all of that. It was never easy, and they didn't try to make it easy, but they definitely kept it real, and I appreciated that for sure.
Nice. For me, it would initially would have been Cliff and Claire, the Huxtables, right? Cliff and Claire. I love the softer side of Claire, how she always poked fun, kept Cliff very humble, but was normally very soft-spoken and trying to correct him or guide him, you know, if you will. And we all know how much he just worshiped Claire. So that really fed the doctrine I was taught, which was to get a man that loves you more than you love him, right? So it was really that going on. What balanced it out was the Bernie Mac show. So, you know, Bernie and Wanda, because Bernie was more like the men that was in my family, like off the chain, off the hook, blowing up, and Wanda just like, honey, just be calm, darling, right? I just loved how her feminine power would just bring him on in, and she never yelled, she never screamed, she would just give him a certain look, and he'd go right back into the little boy mode, right? It was a beautiful dance. I really appreciated that.
So, babe, what was yours before we go off? What was your favorite television show and why?
I would say y'all touched on all of them. The Huxtables, My Wife and Kids, and Good Times, actually. And Good Times is very relatable.
Yeah.
JJ, I seen myself in JJ being an artist. And the funny one of the family.
Okay.
And just the environment that they came from, and the realness that they had when Dylan living in that type of situation, just making the best out of it and just not being knocked down, just pushing forward.
Right.
So Good Times is the one that relatable.
Yeah.
My name is Demi Babatunde, and I have a podcast called What's on Your Mind with Demi Babatunde.
And my name is Focus from the Focus of Love. You can find me on YouTube as well as Instagram, and Focus James on Facebook. Focus from the Focus of Love.
What's good is that you come across people who have problems, but it prepares you, let you know, hey, you're going to have some problems.
And that first one that didn't work out.
Did you think of the vows at that time?
That again,
No.
right?
You said no.
So,
No.
so did you think that intensely when you took the first vows?
No.
That's what we're talking about. That first go round is like you going to. Matter of fact, that first go round is like you installing an app on your phone, and it says, these are the terms and agreements. You gotta hit agree, and you just scroll through and hit agree.
That's good.
You know what I mean? You scroll
Yes.
through and hit agree. Now you functioning in the app.
I'm keeping
Then when the
that on
app
the
start
front
acting
pocket.
crazy, like what's going on with this thing? Then you get frustrated with the app.
Then you delete
But
the
then
app.
some they did. Yeah.
You did a bill.
Yeah.
Delete that.
You delete the app
Then
and then you like,
and you put it
all
back
right, I
on
gotta
your phone.
reinstall it. Those same terms and agreements comes up.
You're gonna read it this
You're
time.
going to this time. You're going to say, this is where it started charging my account after it's a 7-day trial app. I didn't even read it was a 7-day trial. All right, so I don't want this. I want the free app now. So now you're more conscious on the next go round.
Yes.
The vowels.
That's a great example.
So
Thank you all for listening to the Way That I Love You podcast. We hope that you enjoyed this session with the Whites and the Armstrongs. We're going to see you all next week. Tune in to the Way That I Love You podcast at www.thewaythatIloveYouPodcast. And also, what can they do, baby?
You can go anywhere where you get your podcast and listen to us.
Because we do a
Why?
podcast anywhere.
Because we're global. And why? Because what we do is what we do, and what you do is what you do. But if you can take from us and learn something from it, that's all well and good. If not,
Just put it in your back pocket and give it to somebody else.
that's right. So thank you again for another exciting episode of listening to the Way That I Love You podcast. I'm your host, Will Music.
And I'm your host, Sherona.
And we'll see y'all all next week.
All right now.
I love you, baby.
I love you too, baby.
All right.